Well, hey, it's giveaway time. Right now, we're giving away an assortment of axes and knives that are just absolutely free. All you have to do is go into Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kansas City, Kansas, by the International Speedway and Cabela's, and just tell them God, Family, and Guns sent you, and you get to pick one of these items while supplies last. We have a camping axe, we have a hunting knife, we have throwing knives, and a combo set that kind of includes a little bit of everything. Again, all you have to do is stop by Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Kansas City, Kansas by the Speedway. Tell them God, Family, and Guns sent you and pick out your free knife or axe. And by the way, these are while supplies last, so get in there. Well, as it turns out, there is the bird flu in a household product that I usually, every time I go to the grocery store, I buy 2 of. And it's in 1 of 5 is what they're saying. And there's also stuff that the government's not telling us. So before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsors, Victory Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, for not just supporting this channel, but for being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ by building orphanages, by having battered women's shelters, by building food pantries. So I'm going to put their link below. Check out their Giving Hope link. And I'm going to recommend, if you're in the market for a car, buy one from them. They can ship it to you. And then a portion of those proceeds go right back into those ministries. That link is below. All right, so what are we getting at here? Well, apparently in 1 of 5 samples of pasteurized milk in America, there is the bird flu. 1 in 5. That's a lot. That means if you buy 5 gallons of milk, chances are one of them has the bird flu. This is terrible. Now, I'm going to say I've had the bird flu before, and it's one of the only times where there was just one night I was at home alone, and it just felt like somebody had a pillow over my face, and I couldn't breathe, and it was one of the only times I thought to myself, I sure hope I live through the night. So, you know, what I'm going to say is be cautious, and we'll get into what the government is not telling us, which makes it 1,000 times worse. Be cautious of your milk. And here's the problem with what the government is not telling us, and I do have a solution for you on this as well at the end. But what they're not telling us is where this milk is coming from. So, for example, you have milk farms all over this country. And 1 in 5 samples of pasteurized milk taken from a sample of America, 1 in 5 of those has the bird flu. Now, you know, if you kind of understand how they take a sample, you know, they're trying to get a representation of each source of milk as best they can. That's equal, and then they run equal tests on it, and 1 in 5 is what they're finding out. Now, here's what they're not telling us is they have disclosed to us that in cow populations where a lot of the cows had the bird flu, a lot of that milk was coming from there. Well, duh. So, but what they're not telling us is, well, where is that? That's the problem. That is the problem, because what are we supposed to do? Just throw away all of the milk? I mean, is that really what we're to do, is throw away all milk, assuming that, you know, like I said earlier, 1 in 5 is going to have it? If I go to the grocery store, which 5? You know, there's like 20 gallons of milk there. Which one of the 5s has those? You know, is that it? Or is it coming from a specific region? And this is something that they are not disclosing to us. And it's in an effort to not kind of destroy a certain region's milk. And, you know, and I get that to some degree. But it's kind of like when I go through the airport checkout line and my 10-year-old daughter gets randomly selected for a terrorist check. It's ignorant. It just makes everything worse. You're not actually getting to, you know, what is the problem? Hit the problem. Don't hit these random things. Hit the problem. So this is, in my opinion, the biggest problem is the FDA is not disclosing where is this milk coming from. Now, here's the solution is I recommend that you always have an antiviral on hand. There's something like oseltamivir that you can get from Chase. It's an antiviral specifically for the bird flu. You can have it shipped to you because, if this 1 in 5 has it, chances are, and it's funny because I've had a lot of people around me sick and they don't know how they got it, Maybe it was that, I don't know. But to have an antiviral on hand that's specifically for the bird flu, oseltamivir, or soltamivir, I think is how it's pronounced. Having something like that on hand is very significant because if you had a wise doctor, that's what they would give you in the case of bird flu. But like, for example, what I've been dealing with is I've been having some heart issues, and I had to wait almost 30 days for a couple of my medications to get approved by insurance. But in addition to that, I had to wait like 14 days for a procedure. I mean, because of insurance, it's just terrible. If somebody tells you got to wait 14 to 30 days for an antiviral, that is too late. So have some of that on hand. I'll put the link below. I do have a coupon code for you. You can save a little money. And I recommend having that on hand. My wife's the one that sent me this article on the bird flu being in the milk, and she even said we need to get some of this on hand, so we've ordered some from Chase. But yeah, 1 in 5 milk samples, but what the government is not telling us, where did it come from? And I believe that's borderline a crime. I mean, because what are you to do? Like, really, what are you to do? Like, start giving us some numbers, like, for these coded, I'm sure they're coded to some degree on their scanner or on the barcode. Like, give us some numbers. Say, don't drink this milk with these numbers or something. Give us something, not just 1 in 5 has the bird flu and then that's it. That's what we got. Like, come on, man. So any thoughts or insight on that, definitely put that below. The link to get some oseltamivir is below. I recommend, just be cautious with your milk. I'd say go to the FDA's website and try to find out more, but I don't think you're going to find much out. But 1 in 5 samples of pasteurized milk in America has the bird flu. That is for sure. Be prepared to have some oseltamivir on hand. Any thoughts or insight, put that below. Do you want to take a moment and say that most people watch this channel, they're not subscribers? Click that subscribe button. It greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.